crew, after Rachel took the test the other day, she had a couple of quick notes. So let me just help you out with these real quick. So one word that she saw several times that she didn't know what to do with was the word preset. And when you select a new file, they have a whole bunch of presets across the top. And we always pick print because we're always doing print stuff. But maybe they ask you to switch it to web or to mobile, then you're always welcome to do that as well. So just be aware that when they say presets, that's what they're talking about. All right. So are you going to be using it on a mobile phone, or are you going to be using it on a banner? So those types of differences. And then that will also adjust, like if it's on a screen, it will make it pixels because you'll use pixels on a screen, on a computer, on a phone. But if you're printing, it should change it to, it changes it to points, but you probably want inches or picas for print most of the time. So you might have to change that. So presets there. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a document and show you a few more things. So another thing that they told her to do in the activity portion of the test was to change things for screens from a print document. So if they ask you to do that, you'll go up to File up here at the top, File, and then there's an Export, and right here it says Export for Screens. So if you had a banner that you made and then you found out it needed to be a website banner as well, you might go to Export for Screens. So if they tell you to make it a print document ready for a screen, this is where you go. Also under Document Color Mode, also under the View or File, so we're still under File. CMYK is for print and RGB is for screens. So they might tell you change the color mode so it's appropriate for screens. So you would change it to RGB. Or maybe you have to change the color mode so it's appropriate for print, CMYK, also under File. Third thing under File is Document Setup. And under Document Setup, you might go there if you wanted to change the measurements to inches instead of points. You might go here if you wanted to edit your artboard sizes. If you wanted to change your resolution to high resolution right off the get-go. So there you go. All right, so high resolution, let's do that. Then next she said that there were a couple of things that required guides. Well, under View, I always have my rulers out so that I can create guides. And it helps me to line things up. So maybe I have a box, a couple of boxes. Let me just make 2 or 3. Okay, and they have to be lined up. Then I can use a guide, and you pull those guides down. You guys should know this by now. Uh-oh, I'm turning it. You pull those guides down from the top ruler, and then you can line things up. She said they also asked her to create a grid. So you would go again to View. This is all under View, how you view your document, and say Show the Grid. And if they tell you to center it in a certain spot, maybe on this darker line right here, then you can go and center all of the boxes on that darker line like they asked you to, and use the grid to help you measure things perfectly, which I'm not doing perfectly right now. But anyway, you can use the grid and then view and hide the grid if you don't want the grid anymore. So that's grids. Grid and aligning things. She said she had to align some things. You can also align things to the center of your document. So maybe I have all of these and I align them to the center. See how they all came to the center? Or maybe I align them all left. Oh, I only have one. Sorry. Let's try again. Align them all left. They all go left. Or align them all to the to a different location. Uh-oh, I messed it up. Sorry. Okay. So you can move things to different alignments up here. All right. If you have a text box, you should know with the text box, you have on your properties panel all of your fonts as well as all of the options for you. But up at top, you have character, and you can go in and you can use filters or do whatever you want in there as well, and sizing and stretching things and changing things. But you can also align. So if they tell you to center a headline or center some text, it's right up here. It's also in the properties panel right here. So you can center, you can write a line, you can create bulleted points, you can create numbered points, so you can mess with that however you like. All right, good, good, good. What else did she say? Adjusting text. You know how to adjust artboards. We've talked about that lots of times in class. Color swatches real quickly, and I don't have my swatches, so I'm going to go up to Window and grab my swatches. So with your color swatches, just know that you can always select an item and you can add a swatch if you want a new color. And maybe I move it around to the exact color I want, and I'm going to name it Test 2 because I already have a test one. And color mode, either RGB or CMYK. So I'm going to leave it on the print one, CMYK, and say OK. And bam, I have a new swatch in there that I can use. You can also go to the library and find lots of different color options in there. So lots of different places to find colors, and then to add one, you go to the plus sign. All right, so that's swatches. Adjust the print design to a web page would be under export for screens. They did ask to combine some shapes. So if I have a square and I have a circle, let me get a circle here. There are two ways to combine. You can either select them both and grab your Pathfinder from Window. I already have a Pathfinder short version. I can expand it if I want here, but I have a Pathfinder right here, so I can unite them and then they become one object. Another way to do that is to go over to this cloud, the shape builder tool, and just run my mouse through it. Bam, got a shape builder. So that's combining shapes. It's different from grouping. If I was to group shapes, all that does is, let me grab my selection tool. If I were to group these two, all it does is it lets me move them at the same time. They don't become one shape. This is combine on the test, and this is grouping. So that's the difference, is they become one shape versus no, I just need to be able to move everything on my page at the exact same time. Then I might group them. Okay. Then I only have to click on one thing and I get it all. And I can also ungroup them, so I can just take the shapes and group them. All right. So that's grouping. You shouldn't be very familiar with that. And there's one last thing. Oh, they did ask her to adjust a file that was already in there to a vector. So this is going to be a bad option because it's going to be a big photo. But if you have a photo, they'll probably give you just a little piece of artwork, I'm sure. Ooh, I really did them dirty there. Okay, sorry. Did them dirty there. It's not good. Oh man, it's getting worse. Okay, so if I have this picture, you can either image trace up here in the panel along the top, but it only does black and white. So I would probably go get my image trace panel, and we've done this a lot in class. You should know this by now. So, and I might change my preset to a high fidelity photo because I've got lots of color in here, right? High fidelity photo. In the advanced section, I could change some things if I wanted to. So I could do that drop down menu. It's going to take a long time because it's a photo instead of a piece of artwork, a basic piece of artwork. But just know if you drop this advanced menu down, you can get rid of the white while you're image tracing. So you can play with all of these different options. But now it has image traced it for me. And don't forget, you have to push expand, or up at the top, expand. And expand means do it. So now it's image traced. Now every single piece of this picture has become its own little shape. So I can grab that piece of the picture and I can remove those pieces of the picture. The shapes are so tiny, I can't even remove just one thing. Okay, let's take a piece of her forehead and try and remove that. So I can pull a piece of her it's freakity. It's all grouped together. Let me ungroup it. And I can grab a piece of her forehead and remove a piece of her forehead. So now I'm just grabbing pieces of her forehead. So they're all different shapes. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Sadie I did this to her. All right. So that's image tracing, and it was on the test. All right. Those are the notes that she took that kind of tripped her up a little bit. So best of luck to you, and I will see you on Thursday. Please watch this video. Bye.